Been been well. Working a little bit on the game, hoping to play, catch you in this final event.
Yeah.
I'm also going to go to Alabama next week and chase another opportunity, which is the Clutch Tour is hosting a qualifier for hotel planner
Oh,
events there in Dothan, Alabama.
nice.
So yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, haven't had a European qualifier in the U.S., but I can
Yeah.
worth going and taking a swipe at it.
Well, good luck. Yeah. It looks like you're playing well. I mean,
Yeah, I honestly, Jordan, my game just hasn't really returned from the holiday break, but it's starting to get better. So
yeah.
hopefully it clicks the right time here. But
Yeah.
more importantly, how are you feeling? How's your game right now?
It's getting better. I've, played well at times this year. Had a couple opportunities. I was pretty disappointed in how I finished in the last tournament. I felt like I had a really good chance to get at the top of the leaderboard and just played really poorly in that second round. And so I've made some adjustments. I struggled with the irons and wedges a little bit and kind of figured something out in my swing that can help me this week. And so I'm feeling better, feeling good, just excited to get started.
Yeah, so take me back to that final round, but also the window in which we played, because I talked to Oliver Lilladal. He had played, obviously shot that incredible score, but knew that there was a couple of main threats that were still left to play. And is this a little bit later for you than you normally play your final round? What was the thinking behind that?
Yeah, it was. And honestly, it was just, we went on vacation the week before, so I just needed a little extra prep time. So I have been playing a little earlier. I've kind of liked that, but just with the vacation, I was a little rusty, took a week off. And so I just need a little extra time.
Got it. Where did you all go on vacation?
We went down to Florida. My
Nice.
mother and father-in-law have a place down there in Venice. So had a good time. Kids got out on the beach and got to see some gators and go to the new Pop Stroke down there. So that was fun.
Oh, cool. Was that the only golf you played there, or did you play something else too?
I played 9 holes with my father-in-law, so that was good. It's always fun to get outside this time of year.
Right. What do you think of the Tour Championship site, Jumeirah Golf Course? What stands out about the course, and where does the challenge lie?
Yeah, the greens are interesting. They have a lot of bowls in them. And so it actually makes some of the pin locations easier than we've seen at previous courses. The balls will kind of funnel to the hole if you get it in the right spot. If you miss the bowl, though, then you're pretty far away and putting in, to the bowl, where you have big breakers. And so that's difficult. The course is long, but it's similar length to what we've been playing. There's not a ton of elevation change. I expect the scores to be, fairly low at this course. Seems like, 8-9 under per round is possible, even up to 10 or 11, as we saw Oliver do last week. I think that's certainly possible at this course as well.
Yeah, I feel like it's on a similar challenge level with Adair Manor, maybe even slightly easier. Will yield better scores.
Yep, I agree.
How have you mentioned that you've been working on something in your swing since the last event. How have you been preparing for the Tour Championship specifically?
Yeah, I'm kind of following the plan that I have been for all my other ones. I play a lot of rounds. I go through and kind of scout all the pins, pay attention to the different wind directions that usually there's 2 different wind directions that we'll have. So preparing for each one of those, and which pins can I not get close to if I hit driver. There's only a couple holes where if you get too close with a front pin, it's difficult to get it close, and so you got to kind of stay back so you can get a little more spin on it and stop it. But other than that, a lot of holes are just driver and getting it as close as you can with your irons and making putts. So
you mentioned it a little bit when we first started talking, just thinking about the season so far, but it was mainly in reference to that final round, which is a little bit disappointing at Adair Manor. How how do you reflect on the season and your results so far, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I feel like I've played a little better than I did last year, so I'm happy about that. But also, like, a couple opportunities I've let slip by. At Pinehurst, I had a chance to get to 10 under, and I putted it off the green on a par 3 and made bogey. So it's like just so close. And what was the other one? The first one at Valhalla. I was playing well in that second round, and I had a short little wedge shot from 60 yards go up right next to the pin, then spin all the way off the green, way short. And I made bogey there and ended up losing by 2, where it's like just right there. A couple, they just stop, I have a chance to win. And then, with last week, that disappointing finish, it's just like it's been right in my grasp, and I just haven't been able to get it. So a little disappointing, but still happy that I'm up there. You can go through these tournaments and be 5-6 back every time very easily, just because the courses are difficult, and if you're just a little off, that can happen. And so I'm happy that I have a chance. And feel pretty motivated just because I haven't quite gotten there yet.
Yeah, I would assume that like your mentality right now is very focused and highly motivated, but kind of anxious to start as well. Just given how good you are and that you haven't quite broken through this season, I mean, it's right there. It's got to feel like you're on the verge of shooting some great scores.
Yeah, I do feel that. I've been trying to compete as much as I can this week, and the scores have been coming down a little bit. I feel like I've improved a little bit, so I do feel like I have a good shot. But you still have to handle the pressure, and that's always a challenge for me. Especially when I'm playing well, it's like, I have it in me. It's like, can I make it come out on tournament day? And that's always the challenge. So hopefully I can do that. And if so, I think I can do well.
Well, you've done it before, and you're a wily veteran at this point, but how do you handle that pressure and those expectations?
I had something click earlier this year. So after the first 2 qualifiers, I was yipping it in the first 2 qualifiers, like even with the long putter, and just really struggling with nerves. And I woke up one morning, it's like God gave me the answer. He's like, you're just getting so comfortable in everyday life. You're doing everything to like seek comfort. And then when you get in an uncomfortable situation, you can't handle it. And so it's like, okay, getting back to long distance running, lifting weights, like doing hard things, cold exposure, all those things to make me uncomfortable in everyday life consistently, so that when I get in a tournament and I feel those nerves, I'm not hiding from the uncomfortableness. I'm going toward it and not afraid of it. And since then, my putting has been great in every tournament. I still haven't quite finished the deal. I'm hoping it's because of a little bit of a swing flaw that I found. So we'll see this week.
I can just see like an AI version of Rocky 4, the next tour edition, with you as Rocky out there in the tundra, chopping wood and doing pull-ups and running from the wolves and running away from the KGB.
Man, I love
just
that.
Putting yourself in discomfort.
Yep.
Well, Jordan, will the normal entourage be there to watch you live?
Actually, no. My brother-in-law is now at that same Florida
vacation
place, and so he won't be here. My wife will be working, so I'm going to play Thursday at like 11:30. So I'll be by myself this time.
Okay. So Thursday will be your second round or your first round?
I'm going to play all 36.
Oh, you are? You're just going to keep it rolling?
Yep.
Okay.
Right towards the end of the window, we'll know what we have to shoot.
Right. Well, you're a sought after player, so people want to know when you're playing. Finally, Jordan, just wrapping this up, what does this opportunity mean to you?
I've gotten to go to the DP World Tour twice now. And I haven't succeeded the way I've wanted to yet. And so there's still this determination in me. Like, I have an idea of how I want to prepare this time. Like, I've changed it the second time, how I prepared, and it didn't work. And I got an idea of what I need to change this time. So it's like, I want to test it out and see if I can get myself ready and make the cut and maybe even contend. So I have this like desire and determination to like prove that I can play with those guys, but I can't do it if I don't get out there. So I'm really determined to try and make it happen. And, it's such a great opportunity. And so I'm really looking forward to it. And, it's still the dream for me.
Yeah. Well, Thursday at 11:30, right? Must watch golf streaming. Don't miss it. Jordan Weber, a chasing history. We love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the time, Jordan. It's always nice to talk to you, and everyone's pulling for you.
Well, thanks, Mark, and best of luck to you too.
Thanks, Jordan. Thanks for the time.
Yep.
See you, buddy.
Bye.